Hello, what up? It's Moonlight Lotus here, and today we're doing the Black Sands Prologue Part 1. This is a visual novel. I've never done these before, so this is a new experience for me and probably some of you too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's start the story. I'm already liking the artwork, not too bad. If that little iceberg thing is a ship, that's gonna be epic. Many millennia ago, Earth was observed by an alien race. It had long been a place of interest due to the variety of species that inhabited it. It had everything from quadrupeds to humanoid entities. Many theories were made about why the specific planet was home to so many different types of creatures. But after observing it for a few centuries longer, it had been dismissed as nothing more than a world that was underdeveloped and population of tribal groups. So they see no progress and they gave up. Not gave up, but like, they're stagnant now. Let's go on something new. A being called Nuke was sent to help them realize their potential. Perhaps the primitive world had a chance of becoming something greater. During his 10,000-year voyage through space, he was placed in a stasis. Alright. So they sent help thinking to improve the humans. That's not bad. That's nice. No, we could use some help. Around 5000 BCE, Nuke reached Earth. His ship, known to his race as a Genesis-class vessel, created a hole in the planet's dimensional plane when it crashed, creating a rift. This rift housed a laboratory that contained a DNA bank of every species from his home planet and protected the outside world from contamination. It also conveniently allowed Nuke to work undisturbed by probing eyes and elements. So basically it made him a little house. Like a safe house. From the wreckage of his ship, Nuke arose, still recovering from his many years in stasis. After dozens of weeks of mindlessly wandering around, he regained his memories and immediately put himself to work. His first task was to see the state of the planet himself. Now I like how Nuke looks. Like, that looks really cool, like he's a ninja just chilling out, just watching people. He summoned an ominous spirit known as the Eye of Oblivion and tasked it with logging all it could about the world he had landed on. To his surprise, he discovered that humans had not remained in tribes like his research had led him to believe, that they had actually managed to advance their culture, creating small towns and forming religions. They learned how to cultivate food and had developed simple tools to expedite mundane processes. Nuke contemplated whether he should interfere with this sort of progression, but since he was unable to contact his homeworld to get any input, he decided to push forward with his task. Nuke's species had no means to resist their mission due to a spiritual link they share at birth with the clan. So he wasn't going to give up his mission, even though he's seen they were progressing slowly. Well, progressing in their own way. Nuke then obsessed over which method he would use to complete his mission for centuries, and ultimately decided to create overseers that were powerful enough to facilitate massive changes in the world. He created a variety of races that were native to his homeworld and genetically engineered them to wield incredible powers. These hybrids assimilated with those similar to them in appearance and ability and formed families. These families grew and started to develop their own motives in life. So he made a management team. He made a powerful management team that can handle things. Probably while he relaxes a little bit. Alright, I'm liking how this looks. Of these families, 3 were powerful enough to complete the task of helping humanity ascend to greater heights of development. The first family called themselves the Titans. They had an unusual affinity towards elements, but their appearance resembled creatures rather than men. So I'm gonna think that the Titans are gonna like live in the woods, like stay in forest areas, and when you talk to them, like animals speak English to you. Not speak English, but animals that can talk to you, put it that way. The second called themselves Diva. They were exceptional warriors who created all sorts of superior technology and weaponry. However, major conflicts over ownership rights caused animosity amongst their kin, and their violent nature made their family strong, but also vulnerable. So they couldn't share. They didn't know the meaning of sharing, and they liked to fight. So I think they're like short-tempered, basically, from how it sounds. Like at any moment, their clan is gonna have their own civil war, if you will, amongst themselves. Last were the Anunnaki. They focused their efforts more on cultural pursuits, built incredible power arrays, and harnessed all kinds of energies, and pushed the limits of architecture. So they made solar panels. Noon decided that these 3 families would represent his race in the world outside the rift, and sent them on their way. Once they left, he went into hibernation, confident that after centuries of work, he had accomplished his mission. Noon knew nothing of how dangerous that was, and wouldn't find out until one day, countless centuries later. A disturbance in the rift caused Noon to awaken, and after recovering from his stasis, seek out the intruder. Alright, this is going good. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm going to close out. Who forces themselves into the rift, forsaking life and breaking my slumber? He followed the cries of agony until he came across a woman scorched by violent black flames of the rift. A glint of green crystal emanated from her head. Noon recognized the woman almost immediately. And this is where I'll leave off at. Let me hit that save button down here. This has been Moonlight Lotus. Yep. Return. Yeah. This has been Moonlight Lotus. And I'm doing the visual novel, The Black Sands. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's going good so far, like the artwork. And we met this mysterious woman who seems to be burning alive, I think. We'll find that out in the next episode. So check that out. If you want to see my Twitter or Facebook, links in the description below. Moonlight Lotus, over and out.